Welcome to the ladies' dressing room. Today we are talking all about dress fails. So I have a stack over here of dresses that were complete fails, and 3 of them I purchased this year, and 1 of them I purchased not too long ago, and that was this one. So if you've been buying dresses recently, you may realize that some work, some are great. You think, you have the best of intentions with the dress, but it can shrink. It can just look weird or feel weird on you. Sometimes you just don't know until you've had it for a little while, and then you just realize different things about it. So this is a struggle in shopping for dresses, that they're not always going to be winners, and that's okay. So we have sites such as Poshmark, where we can resell some of our clothing. You can donate it if you want to. You can find someone else, another lady perhaps, that loves dresses too. I've wanted to start like a dress exchange within the city that I live in, or just to start something like that. Wouldn't that be so much fun? Just like a dress exchange, and ladies bringing their gently used dresses and just changing them for something new. That would be so neat. I must do this. I don't know if I can do this or what the requirements would be, but that would be really fun. So I don't know. Maybe that will go somewhere. Maybe not. Maybe I just get really excited about different things and have all these grand ideas. Maybe it wouldn't go as well, but it would be fun. I would definitely go to a ladies' dress exchange. So this dress, which I've shared, I believe I've shared this already. Maybe it was in a color story video that I did or something. It's beautiful, and I was immediately drawn to the print of it. But the funny thing is when I was wearing this print, I kind of was looking down at myself, feeling like it wasn't fully me. But a few things happened with this. It kind of shrunk, which this was a large, so I was very, very disappointed in that. So it kind of got a little tight in the chest area for me. And then the hem shrunk, but the lining did not. So if this is going to be wearable for anyone, the lining needs to be hemmed. But this dress would actually be perfect for my daughter because she's petite, and I just think that it would look so cute on her. She looks great in green and blue and cream. So I'm thinking that this may go her way pretty soon, and she's my seamstress. So anyway, if that's something that we're able to get done pretty soon, hopefully I can have her model it when we do that. I'm not saying in this video she'll model it, but once we get everything set up for her, because she's my seamstress and I need things done. we have some alterations to do. So this dress, I have shared this dress years ago. I think it was years ago. Maybe it was even in the last Dress a Day in May. I'm not sure. But I haven't worn it really this whole time. But I found it recently when my daughter was going through all of her clothes where were they? Maybe she had them packed away or something, and when we were moving everything over here, she came across it again. So I'm hoping that this still fits her, because it looked so pretty on her when I felt as if the top, once again, it's always just right here on the chest, that it pushes down and then it causes this pulling right in this area, and it just is not the most flattering look at all. And if you know what I'm talking about, say that you know that what I'm talking about. So I hope that still fits her. If not, then it will be something that I will share or try to sell on my Poshmark closet. The next one is so sad. so sad that it's a fail now. I've really been honest with myself about how I felt about this dress, and this was actually the dress that I wore when we went to Hawaii, and Jorge proposed to me in this dress recently, like this last November. And I'm married, and I've been married to him for 21 years, almost 22 now, but he had never asked me to marry him, so he made sure to check that box when we were in Hawaii. Anyway, my friend Jessica, she helped Ayla hem this for me because it was always just a little too long and it would drag. And this kind of has that linen feel to it, but it's not. I think it's a polyester. And then she also raised this because it always hung a little too low. So this has been altered, and I love the color of it. I just always felt so summery when I would wear it, and I loved the ruffles and just everything. But when I look at myself in it, I don't feel like it's very flattering at all. And there are also things that are just uncomfortable when I wear it. Like, it doesn't cover my bra properly. These constantly kind of go down even though it's been altered. The cut of it just doesn't fit. It doesn't sit right on me. And also the underskirt, the lining of it doesn't go all the way down, which I always think is a fail of the designer, though I know that they're trying to cut corners with fabric and whatnot, but it just makes it look less classy in my opinion. But that's just me. So anyway, this one I'm ready to part with because I just don't love how I feel when I wear it. And so we need to be honest with ourselves, and then we can make room in our wardrobes for those pieces, those dresses that are absolute wins. Which brings me to today's dress of the day, which is by Sherigano, and I found it at Ross. I got it at Ross. I saw it immediately when I walked in there. It was this light blue color, which I have been waiting. Now, they had one called Angel Blue, I think, at one point, but it was a sleeveless one, and it had a linen feel to it. It was a different feeling than this dress, and it is polyester though. And if I'm wrong, I'll correct myself right here. It just had more of like a button-up shirt feel to it, the other one, which the Angel Blue had a little bit more green in it. So this one is more of like that Cinderella blue, and it is so pretty. It does have a look of linen, but it's soft and it just moves beautifully. It's 3/4 sleeve, and at one point I didn't feel like I liked the way these dresses sat on me. I wore them and I loved them at the time, but there were a few things about those dresses that I had purchased in the past by this brand. The colors were just a little too bright for me, or they were a little too short. And now that I've gained some weight and I've grown some, I am in this larger size, which right now this size is a size 10, and I feel like it fits perfectly in a way. The waist part I feel is a little, just slightly too low for me, but we can make it work, and I'm making it work. I'm just saying, if I were to have anything altered, that would be the only thing, is that the waist would be raised just a little bit. But it was just almost like the perfect fit. The fabric felt amazing, and the collar didn't stand too high, which is something that I struggled with the Sherigano dresses in the past that I've purchased. And pretty much all of them I purchased on either Amazon or on at Ross. So yeah, this was such a win when I found this, and with it being a size 10, it's just a little bit longer than the other ones. And I always felt like the others, when I got the smaller sizes, they were just too short for me. It just needed a little bit more to hit me at the right place at my knee, or just below my knee. So this one hits beautifully, in my opinion. It has pockets and it has a sash to it as well. So I feel like with this sash, even though I don't like to bring too much attention to the front of my waist area, because I feel like that's where, you know, my midsection protrudes a bit, and it always makes me feel a little uncomfortable, or like it's drawing too much attention to that. But with the way that this fabric lays, I think that we can work with it. And I think that the sash adds just that bit of elegance, not elegance, the bit of softness to it. Let's just say that, with the bow, and then there's the structured top. I love how long the sleeves are, and I just realized, because there's this tab that you use to button with the buttons that are right up, like on near, you know, this area right here. There's a button, so you can draw it up if you wanted to. You could roll it if you wanted to, all of the things. However, what I decided to do, because there's a button at the end of that sleeve, what I decided to do is button it right there. And the way that it has the sleeve kind of bunched just slightly gives a little bit of something that feels a little bit more feminine in nature to me, not so structured. So I love the structure of it. I like the darting, all of it. The A-line, oh, beautiful. The way this skirt, you know, swings, it's just so lovely. And the only thing is, those sleeves always felt just kind of a little bulky to me if I didn't raise them. But then having it folded like that at the elbow was a little too bulky for me too. So anyway, that little tab hung down just a little lower than the sleeve when it was unbuttoned. And I thought, well, that looks kind of messy. So what can we do about this? Because clearly it's supposed to be also, you should be able to wear it just, you know, right past the elbow if you wanted to. Anyway, I buttoned it at the very bottom, and I just love the way that it adds the little, it's like a little crinkle, a little wave to it that makes it feel so much more feminine, in my opinion. So it was such a win that I even put on my pearls. I felt like it looked really nice because it was kind of layered. Oh my goodness, okay, time for a new candle. I guess I'm going to TJ Maxx or Home Goods. It's a mixed store. Anyway, pearls. The pearls were covered with the collar, so it didn't feel like too much. And I felt like my other necklace, the drop pearl necklace, got lost in it because the collar does, you know, that part of it comes forward a bit. So another reason why this dress is such a win to me is not only the color, not only the shape and everything, but I feel like it's the right dress for my season of life right now. I've been getting a lot of these other dresses that are tiered dresses that you know, are maxi in length, and they're great for different things, but to feel pulled together and like I'm dressing for my age almost, you know, I mean, is that controversial to say that? I don't know. I kind of feel like that this is where I feel really comfortable. And I know that I've said that shirt dresses aren't always my favorite, but they really have an elegance to them if it has the sleeves to it. And you know, I have the shirt dresses that are sleeveless, but I'm just saying, I feel that it's most, like, my perfect dress has sleeves because I feel that the line that it creates is beautiful. It smooths everything out. It's just beautiful and elegant, in my opinion. So a wonderful dress, something that doesn't pull the size that it is right now or that I've purchased. It does not pull at all in the bust area. So I've kind of struggled for a few years with this brand in particular, because either I wasn't getting the right size, or the fabric that it was made out of, or something about it, it just never sat right. And now I found the size that fits right, at least this one, because sometimes they can vary from size to size, or even within the same size they can vary, especially depending on the feel of the fabric. So I searched high and low for this color because they sell this same dress on Amazon. They sell it at Walmart, Walmart.com, I should say. They sell it at other places, and there are plenty of these dresses for sale on Poshmark or ThredUp or things like that, but I was not able to find this light blue. So, and maybe it's just because of the specific size that I was also searching, but just when I did an overall search on the internet, I couldn't find it. So if they start coming out with it and you want this light blue dress, let me know in the comments below, because if I start seeing them, I may end up buying them so that I can resell them, especially if you want this beautiful color. So let me know in the comments below if you are a blue dress gal yourself and you just love that cut. So it's just so nice to find a cut that really suits you and covers all the bases that you want it to. That's what this one feels like to me. Now, back to dress fails. This one was so beautiful. I love the color of it. And since I got the dress, which is my dress of the day, the Sherigano one, I feel better about saying goodbye to this one. Though I'm sad, but this was such a pretty dress. I love the feeling of the fabric when it was ironed, because when you wash it and hang dry it, this crinkles. And is this rayon? That's the thing I need to find out. But I found it on Amazon, and I was just so excited about it. 65% rayon, 35% polyester, and the lining is 100% polyester. So anyway, this does that thing where it's just too tight right here. If I were to size up in it, it would not hit at the right spot for sure. So I'm not even going to try to get another one. And then I love the little sleeves on it. It was just so pretty. And the V-neck was just right too. It had this ruffle on it. And, but yes, it was just too tight right here. And also, what was the other thing? I don't know if there was another thing. I don't know. I'm just sad about it. I purchased one in this color as well. So we had the light blue, and then we had this kind of teal blue. Not very different, but still beautiful. Oh, the other thing that I wanted to say about it was that because I've gained weight, you know, over the years, just certain sizes pull in different areas depending on the size. So I'm kind of like in between sizes, where the cut of something in certain dresses would be too wide for me in certain areas, but then too small for me in other areas, or things like that. So this one, it's like across the back. When I go like that, it's too tight. And so I've been just trying to remain mindful of that when I'm trying dresses on. Do I have any kind of give in this area so that it doesn't do that? So anyway, I tried to see if my daughters would like to wear these dresses, and it was a no. It was a no. I'm gonna try again though, just to see, especially one of my daughters that, but see, too, if they're not into ironing, then this isn't going to work for them. So I don't know. We just have to see. But if not, it will go on my Poshmark closet. I should be able to resell it if one of you purchases it. And then there's this other dress fail, which did not last me very long, but it was it was so fun to wear and beautiful when I was wearing it, and I liked the color of it. It was this slate blue color. It had these sleeves that were kind of like a puff sleeve, sort of, at the bottom. It has this elastic down here, but it was too tight. It ended up being too tight because I think I gained a couple extra pounds since I purchased it. So what's the solution? Well, I guess one could lose some weight. To be quite honest, sometimes we are just too busy living our life and haven't made up our mind, or whatever the case may be, hormones, etc. We don't need to get into all of that, but our weight does fluctuate from time to time, and sometimes that means that certain dresses end up being a fail, and you would need to, just look in your wardrobe, see if something fits you, see if you feel comfortable in it, dress for the body that you have today, and give the rest away. We will see if we will give some away, or if we are going to sell some, or what we will do, or if we will just save it for another day, for when we can fit into it. Look, I have dresses that don't fit me anymore that I do keep because I don't want to part with them, and that's okay too. If, like, I have a certain section dedicated to dresses that they don't fit me right now, possibly someday in the future, hopefully more near future, but yeah, there are just some that I'm not ready to part with, but then others that, it was relatively inexpensive, or it just, someone else could use it. You just don't want to have too many dresses pile up. If I only have so much room that I'm going to leave for dresses that I may be able to fit into one day, then that's all that I'm giving myself. And then the rest, there are other ones that I don't feel as tied to. Maybe it was something that I recently purchased. It didn't, work out well for me. I'm okay parting with that. But then there are those that, are a little more either sentimental, or it was really hard to find like the perfect dress when it was the perfect dress for me. And I have a couple of those, and I'm not ready to part with it. And who knows, maybe one of my daughters might want to wear it one day too. So, oh no, I got something in my eye. Today's dressing space comes from Diana. She said, "You have inspired me to think outside the box. I'm used to having a room with a closet that I can fill in with all my clothes, shoes, and accessories. This room, being so small, can only fit a queen bed. After following your channel for a few years now, I thought, how could I make this beautiful? Well, I chose to buy pretty furniture, but I really wanted something I can fit long dresses. Then I found this closet. It's perfect, especially with all your tips of storing away what we are not using. Thank you for sharing your tips and tricks on making every space beautiful." Diana, I love this furniture. Both pieces are so beautiful. And don't you just love a wardrobe that has a mirror on it? I really do. And those drawers, just the shelves that it has, all of it, it's so cute. I wonder, in the section behind the mirror, is that just a bar for clothes that hang, or is it broken up into another section? I would love to know. But that dresser is so pretty. It's got that vintage look to it, and I love that kind of furniture. So you did such a beautiful job with the space that you have, and yes, to storing all of the off-season things or what you're not using right now. And I love the decorative boxes that you have. Those are so pretty. So I'm really impressed with what you did with your space. It looks beautiful. Diana, I'm really appreciative that you shared your space with us, and want you to know that it means so much to me that you did, and I think that it will inspire so many other ladies as well. Thank you so much for those of you who have sent in your pictures, And I still have more that I'm working through, but if you have yet to send in a picture, I really hope that you will, because we still have some days left and I'm looking forward to all that I have to share of your spaces, your dressing spaces as well. And you can email me at inspiredbynikkiyt@gmail.com. Everything that you would need to know for the requirements would be in my description box below, so I hope that you will take the time to read that before you send me a picture of your dressing space. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really hope that something in the video today inspired you in some way and that you will choose beauty every day.